Hello and welcome to PlayOnSports.com's presentation of Division I Championship Volleyball here on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Valentina Escañola alongside John Henry Winter Nolte as we bring you live action from Deer Valley High School, the North Coast Division I title on the line. John Henry, two teams, the Deer Valley, the number one seeded team in the bracket, the Deer Valley Wolverines taking on the Amador Valley Dons as they come in here with a record of 27-7. Number one seed versus going up against the number 3 seed. It all comes down to tonight. These teams have played hard all season long. They made it to the championship game. Any team can win it here tonight.
Yeah, this is what the whole season is for. This is what it's all about. These two teams actually, interestingly enough, have already met this year once in a tournament earlier this season. Deer Valley ended up winning that one 2-0 over Amador, and you can almost just throw that game out the window, though. You can throw the records of 39-1 and 27-7 out the window. You can throw the league championships out the window, and we play tonight. Just about to get started here.
It's going to be a great night of championship volleyball here from Deer Valley High School in Antioch, California, here in the North Coast section. Both teams on the court. The Amador Valley Dons, led by Coach Aaron Harper. The Deer Valley Wolverines, led by head coach Lou Panzella. As your expectations for tonight's game here, I mean, these two teams have faced each other. I talked to Coach Harper. I said, what are you guys looking to do here tonight, Coach? You guys faced off already. You guys know both each other's games. He said, we're just going to come out today and play the game that we know how to play. If we're on tonight and we're hot, we have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, a lot of the times in volleyball, it's who makes the least mistakes comes out the victor.
Jump serve to start off this game. A deflection off an Amador Valley player, goes out of bounds, and Deer Valley gets the first point of the game.
And that's Deer Valley number 55, Jordan Ewert, with the first hit and kill of the game. Give him number 1.
Marcus Lee to take the honors here, and that's going to be a net ball, and the ball will go to Amador Valley. The middle hitter for Deer Valley, Marcus Lee, going at 6'10", a full 6'10" there on the floor.
And was he fun to watch warm up or what? Jeez. He was flying all around the court. He gets about, I wouldn't doubt, 3 feet per se, off the floor, arm over the net, and is able to hit that ball just straight down almost into the opponent. He's going to be tough to stop tonight, but not a good start there from the serving line.
Well, Marcus Lee will take a seat here as they rotate their libero. They're into the game. DC Briggs serving now for Amador Valley is Blake Bartol. Near set, far side. Nice dig there by Amador Valley, getting the ball across the net. Far set, the kill, and hits the ground, point for Deer Valley.
And that nice dig on the previous exchange there, Roy Zhu for Amador Valley doing all he can to keep that ball alive, get it back over the net, but a pretty non-dangerous ball that came over that net.
Nice service return there and the kill, but it goes out of bounds. And another point to Deer Valley, so some costly mistakes here so far in the beginning for Amador Valley. Far side set and the kill. That one stays inside. Nice job there by Will Dorman.
And Will Dorman, just on that previous point that they lost, hit it long, kind of keeping his composure, going right back to him, going right back to Dorman, getting his first kill of the night.
Deer Valley leads 3-2. Little floating serve. The push down and the point here for Deer Valley on that one as they took advantage of that empty middle zone there on the court.
Theo Grigley, I don't think he quite got all of that one. Kind of came over the net as a changeup. And, hey, whatever gets the point for you, they're going to be happy with that.
Jordan Ewert now to take on the service duties here for the Wolverines.
We had a little bit of trouble before we got started this evening, coming on a little late because the speaker system is kind of acting up a little bit, and the officials are still trying to make sure that is under control. That high-pitched squeal is not something you want to hear when you're trying to serve that ball over the net.
Not only that, but also the benches.
Right.
Sitting
Right in your
right
ear.
next to the speaker. Makes it tough for the coaches to concentrate and the players on the bench as well.
That's what Deer Valley coach is talking about right now. Coach Penzella, he's not happy with that.
Well, Deer Valley so far is starting to get their rhythm. It's starting to get into their type of volleyball. And if you're Amador Valley, you want to be able to control the tempo of this game and the speed of which it's played in.
Right. If you let Deer Valley get too far ahead early, this is one of those teams that once they kind of hit that cruise control, they're off to the races, and it's tough to slow them down. Except if you've got a bad speaker on the far side of the court and you have to stall for a few minutes. But
well, Amador Valley trails by 2 points. It's a 4-2 Deer Valley lead so far. Some costly mistakes for Amador Valley, but still, they're still in the game. They're still in this first game of play, first match.
Yeah, and again, I'm going to go back to the 2 sets in a row, right to Will Dorman, who's got the only kill of the night for Amador Valley. That first one they went to him, he hit it just long. You could tell he was a little frustrated with himself. But coach, with the confidence, Coach Aaron Harper confidently calling the shot right back to Dorman, who finishes the kill on the very next play. I mean, that's just something, as a player out there, as a 17, 18-year-old young man, that's just got to feel nice for you, especially if you miss one. Get you to relax.
And size-wise, and on that front line, Amador Valley with the 6'4", Ryan Jen, Division I player going to the University of Pacific next year. A lot of talent on that front side.
Yeah. Looks like we're about ready to go here again.
Looks like they are ready to restart.
The players at least are ready.
Yeah, well, the players are ready. The officials are still talking about it, trying to figure out what's going on.
It's important to get it right, and these officials know that. They want to make sure everybody's on the same page. They're doing the right thing, even though it takes a little extra time. Set it straight, and here we go.
This is Division I title on the line here, so you got to make sure that you have.
And the near judge here giving the yellow card to Coach Penzella early in this first game. It's only 4-2, and he's already gotten a warning. That's going to force him to take a seat, and he's a little frustrated out there, as you can tell, but it's getting his players pumped up, and they know what they have to do to keep their coach happy. They don't want to see him upset.
And we're going to restart here. Here's the jump serve by Ewert. Pushed up. Near side set. The block. Returned back to Amador Valley. Nice dig there by the libero of Deer Valley. Briggs. Near side set. The shot, the kill, the push down. And they're going to say double hit on Deer Valley's side. It'll be Amador ball. Point goes to Amador Valley.
And great job again by Will Dorman, saying his name a few times tonight, of Amador Valley coming up to the net, noticing that set was a little too close to the net, and just knocked it right down there to make the play.
There's going to be a net ball, another unforced error here for Amador Valley as they give that one back.
Very uncharacteristic of Ryan Jen, the senior. Don't see that happen too much out of his hand.
The number 1 seed facing off against the number 3 seed for the Division I title, live from Deer Valley High School. Far side set, the kill, and it is going to stay in and good. A deflection off of one of the defensive players. Point goes to the Dons.
And Sahit Menon for Amador Valley, doing a great job of getting around the outstretched 6'10" arms of the opponent there.
Jump serve by Dorman. Far side set. Lee gets rejected at the line.
Beautiful.
But a nice kill on the near side there by Jarrett Stark. As he lets that one fly and it goes off one of the defenders. Point goes back to Deer Valley.
It's got to be so tough if you're Amador Valley. The Dons doing a great job of getting in front of and double teaming Marcus Lee. Going up for the double block. It worked, and then all of a sudden beating them on the near side here is another Deer Valley Wolverine.
Near side set, the kill, and it's in. On the near side, Roy Zhu.
And sometimes all you need is just one big kill, one big hit like that. And Amador Valley creeping back in this one. It is now 6-5. They're just trailing by 1.
Floating serve, knuckleballed. The dump down, attempted pancake save there by the libero in Blake Bartle. Unsuccessful, Deer Valley point.
And credit Derek Oquah, the captain senior for this Deer Valley team, noticing that soft spot in the defense and dumping it right onto the floor.
The Wolverines maintain their 2-point lead. Jump serve, dug up. Middle set. Nice return here. And the block on the far side. Near side set, and there's Dirk Lee. Marcus Lee, excuse me.
Total team effort there by the Wolverines. That last kill started off with the dig off the perfect pass from DC Briggs. The 5'4" senior. Don't see a lot of 5'4" guys coming out on this volleyball court, but he's helping his team here tonight.
Another jump serve here by Deer Valley. Near side set for Amador. The block, and it goes out of bounds as Marcus Lee gets his hands up. And we talk about size advantage. With Marcus Lee in that front line, he goes 6'10". There is nobody on the Amador side that's anywhere near his size.
Yeah, but they're finding a way to get around those long arms or get in front of those long arms on the defensive side.
As Marcus Lee goes far side, try to take the short side of the court out of play and takes it out of bounds. Back to Amador Valley it goes.
Again, good defense against the 6'10" Marcus Lee. But again, another unforced error, just giving away points on those serves. And if they don't have those 2 or 3 unforced errors on the serve, they've got the lead. Instead, they're down 9-7.
2-point lead here still for Deer Valley. And Deer Valley also giving the ball back on the service. Service error there by Marcus Lee. Bartle gets it over the net. Far side set and the kill. And you talk about throwing it down with authority. Jordan Ewart on the far side.
And he comes in at 6'4", but man, he plays like he's 6'6", the sophomore, Ewart.
Near side set, the kill. Blocked. Kept alive on the far side. Deer Valley goes up and it hits the side out.
Looked like Ewart
on
got
Deer Valley.
Part of the net there. As
yeah, he did get part of the net. Or part of the antenna, I believe.
Yeah. These boys are tall. They're tall enough to reach up to that antenna. Don't doubt it.
Floating serve. Far side. The block, but it goes out.
And early in this match so far, Amador Valley, I feel, doing a fantastic job on the defensive side. There's never been an easy hit or kill for Deer Valley. They've had to work for each one of them.
Keeping it alive is Amador Valley. Far side set, and it stays in. No, it's going to go out. Ball to Deer Valley. 12-9 as they take a 3-point lead.
Ryan Jen, as soon as he hit that one, he knew it was going out and just let his teammates know that's my bad, guys. I got the next one.
Quick pushover there by Amador Valley. Libero setting up. The kill from beyond the 10-foot line, and it goes out of bounds.
Both of these teams right now, maybe a little bit of jitters, maybe a little bit of overzealousness, but either way, they got to figure a way to calm down and get into a little groove.
Another jump serve and service error here for Amador Valley as they give that ball back to Deer Valley. So just when it seems like Deer Valley or Amador Valley is gonna start get on a roll here offensively, they end up committing a service error.
It's just really unfortunate. It takes the wind out of the sails, and you got to kind of start back from zero again.
As that ball gets returned, but it's going to go out of bounds.
And that way, it would have gotten pretty loud in here if that shot would have gone over inside the court. But just a tough shot, tough pass to work with there.
Deer Valley beginning to get into their groove. 4-point lead here, 14-10. Quick set. Kept alive by Deer Valley. Backside set, and it goes in once again. A big shot there by Jarrett Stark for the Wolverines.
Another sophomore for this Deer Valley High School squad. Jarrett Stark getting in on the action.
A long serve. Service there by Deer Valley.
And you know, we mentioned you don't want to let Deer Valley get too far away from you, especially early. They were just up 5 there, and now with that unforced error, Amador Valley down 4 has a chance to chip away at this lead.
Will Dorman, backside set, and a nice kill once again on the near side. Jarrett Stark.
And Jarrett Stark now, man, when you know who's got the hot hand, you just go to him. And the last couple points for Deer Valley has come from Mr. Stark there.
And Jarrett Stark's a little pumped as he gets that ball over. It hits the net, near side set, the kill, but it goes out.
And Stark will have another chance as he's serving, but we're going to get a timeout before that happens. And try to explain what's going on in the court.
He didn't call timeout.
The near judge here thought that Coach Harper from Amador Valley called timeout. So he called the timeout, and
I think he was clapping. I think the coach was clapping, saying, you know, come on, guys, let's go ahead and pick it up. And the official thought he had called a timeout. So they will resume.
So they're not going to take a timeout away from Coach Harper and the Dons. We're just going to, everybody just got a little free time out there. And I think that's a good thing for Amador Valley because Deer Valley's got a little bit of a roll right here, not to mention a 6-point lead.
17-11, Deer Valley leads. Quick set, double hit. Too much rotation on the ball on the far side. As attempted to set the ball was Matt Malrose.
Trying that quick set, just a little too hasty in the set, and it goes to Deer Valley.
And continuing with the serve is Jarrett Stark. Sent across, kept alive. Derek Lee. Marcus Lee. I keep calling him Derek Lee, but Marcus Lee goes straight down.
And he is something to watch, man. When he starts, when you see it in his eyes, like he kind of decides, I'm going to hit this one. It's going to go for a point for my team. And there's just no turning back.
If Marcus Lee gets the right set, he's going to put that straight down on the ground. Near side set, the kill, and it's in. Nice job there by Amador Valley, Roy Zhu.
Now Amador Valley here got to be careful, trailing at 19-12. And this is where you got to start focusing not on the 7 points that you need, but the 1 point at a time. Just focus.
And Irizarry coming in, and then not only that, but we have another kill on the far side, and getting the job done this time is Bejan Wahidi.
And Wahidi was someone else that we were watching during warm-ups. Not the tallest guy on the court, but
he can get up.
He gets up and he throws down, only coming in at 5'8".
Nice serve there by Wahidi.
Roy Zhu there trying to be a little too cute with it, I think. He's had some great kills thus far for his Dons, but there, trying to place it, didn't quite happen for him.
21-12, 9-point Deer Valley lead. Another nice serve by Wahidi, and it goes out. The kill from behind the 10-foot line goes a little long, and the ball goes to the bathroom, and it goes right through the doors and right out to
the parking lot.
The parking lot.
All the way rolling out to the ocean there.
Well, the bathrooms are located directly outside the door here, John Henry. So
thank you.
Maybe the ball, you know, got a little tired. Had to take a quick break.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all of their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Timeout called by Amador Valley as Coach Aaron Harper wanting to talk this over with his team. 22-12, first game of the match. And Deer Valley really getting it done here in this first game.
They've started eliminating the unforced mistakes, the unforced errors, and that's kind of translated to this 10-point lead. And I think that's exactly why Coach Harper called that timeout, trying to get his guys a little more confidence, get a little that calm confidence that you want, because Deer Valley, it looks like they have that calm confidence.
And with the 22-12 lead, it's going to be extremely difficult to come back in this game against a tough Deer Valley squad. But if you're the coach, what are you saying to your team here with not too much left here in the game?
Well, as I mentioned before, the Dons were down 7, but you don't want to think of it like it's a 7-foot wall you got to climb over. You got to think of it as more of a staircase, and you got to go take the 7 steps to get up the staircase. You know, you don't want to bite off more than you can chew. You want to be able to break that lofty goal down, just get 1 point at a time, really focus. And honestly, even in this game, I think Coach Harper's going to be okay if they give this one up, this first game. But if they can get a little rally, a little energy, and take that energy to the next game, that's going to be huge. And I'm sure that's all he's looking for in this first game.
I completely agree with you there.
And that's all you need right there.
Service error right there by Deer Valley, but it's this volleyball. This is game 1 of the first of their match. Plenty of volleyball left here. Get your composure here towards the end of this game. Translate that into the second game and get yourself a game 2 victory.
Exactly.
Far side set. Deer Valley gets blocked, rejected on the near side, trying to save it, and it goes out of bounds. Point goes to Amador Valley.
So now if we rewind this a little bit, they come out of the timeout. The Wolverines have the ball. They hit it out of bounds on their first serve, and they get a free point for the Dons. The Dons come back, score another point, and now you're chipping away.
And then you got kills like that by Deer Valley on the far side as Jordan Ewert getting the job done once again. We called his name a couple times here in this first game of play.
Jordan doing a great job of picking up his team when they need it. And as soon as I stopped talking there, the kind of momentum went right back to the Wolverines. Derek Okoye back to serve. He's taking his sweet time. The far judge there was making sure we got the scores right and everything.
Quick set, near side, and getting it done there is their big player, Ryan Jen.
University of Pacific, looking forward to add him to their squad next year, and you can understand why. Not only just the way he plays, but he looks like a real leader out there too. His players kind of look up to him.
Floating serve, and it goes right into the net.
Blake Barkdale trying to just put a little too much finesse on that one, unless there was a breeze that kicked up real quick, but I don't think that was the case.
Game set. Nice dig there by Amador Valley. And a middle block there by Deer Valley, and that gives them game 1.
And that's Theo Grigley, who had his at least second big block of that first game to cap off the first one. 25-15 here.
25-15 for game 1 of this Division I title. And so far, Deer Valley really making the statement here on their home floor.
It's no question that they have the confidence, they have the expertise and the experience. You wonder why they're 39-1, and then you see that first game and you kind of stop wondering. Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information as well as links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Well, folks, we are live from Deer Valley High School in Antioch, California. The North Coast Division I Championship title on the line here for boys volleyball. And Play On Sports will have live coverage of the North Coast section boys and girls swimming finals tomorrow, Saturday, May 18th, starting at 11:30 a.m. We will also have live coverage of the Division III Boys Volleyball Championship tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Don't forget to check our Play on Sports broadcast schedule page for information on all our upcoming broadcasts from around the North Coast section and beyond. The spring championships are here only on playonsports.com, your destination for high school sports. Game one is in the books, 25-15. I believe last time they faced off, it was a very similar score. I believe Deer Valley won that one 25-18.
Okay.
And similar styles of play, both teams going at it, but Amador Valley really has to get something going here offensively, and they really have to limit those service errors, those unforced errors that they've had in that first game of play.
No, you hit the nail right on the head there. I mean, I was just going to mention the unforced errors. You could see both teams making about the same amount of unforced errors until it was about 8 to 9. That was keeping Amador Valley in the game, and then all of a sudden, Deer Valley, the Wolverines, just kind of tightened up the screws a little bit, started playing what they know, how they know how to play, and the Dons couldn't quite keep up. Kind of went on a little run there for the Wolverines and finished it off with an exclamation point for that game.
We talk about momentum right now. The momentum on the Wolverine side. Deer Valley 39-1 on the season. A first round bye, then getting to the last two rounds, making it this far for Amador Valley, the number 3 seed. Got a couple wins here in the bracket and have made it to the championship game, but now face a tough Deer Valley squad. And so far, Deer Valley showing why they were the number 1 seed in the bracket as they take game one, 25-15. If you're just joining us, folks, Deer Valley leads this one 1-0 so far here for the Division I title. Valentin Escañuela alongside John Henry Winter Nolte, as we have Megan Coffey bringing you live footage here as she's getting our video stream going, and our producer Finn Pendergast as we are getting ready for game 2 here. So game 2, keys for game 2 here for Amador Valley.
Amador Valley, we talked about it, limit the mistakes, but also you got to know that you can win this game. It seemed like at the latter half of that first game that the Dons were kind of not hanging their heads, but just a little wind out of the sails. They got to get the wind back going, get a few points here, get a little bit of lead, and then start rolling.
And a double hit right away on the set. Amador Valley's Malmrose. A little bit too much spin on that set, gives them the double hit, and the point goes to Deer Valley. But let's give it back to the Dons now on a service error by the Wolverines.
And not the way that we thought this second game would start, with 2 unforced errors. Teams trading points, starting over at 1-1.
Far side set, and there is Marcus Lee, 6'10". A force to be reckoned with there on the front line.
I wouldn't like to meet him on the court. I wouldn't like to meet him on the street. He's a big guy, and he's intimidating. I'll just put it straight out there.
I'm curious if he's a basketball player. Wouldn't surprise me if he was.
Not at all.
Quick set, but a little too far out as it goes out of bounds once again, and that was on the kill, Will Dorman. Will Dorman had a very good first game. Unable to keep that one in play. Jump serve, floating serve. Far side set. Ball is blocked. But it stays on the Deer Valley side, hits the ground, and Amador Valley gets the point.
And Sahit Menon doing a good job of getting around the double block there, going inside, taking that angle shot, and just ricocheting it off the blocker's arms into the floor.
The big serve there by Ryan Jen, and the kill on the near side once again. The big man, Jordan Ewart.
And if you're on the other side of the court and you look over and you see Jordan Ewart and Marcus Lee staring at you, you got to wonder how you're going to stop him.
Great ace there. Nice service ace. Derek Aqua.
First ace of the game here tonight.
Qua attempting to get a second ace, but that ball goes a little long. Amador Valley will get it.
Good patience there by the Dons, noticing that that ball was going out, because from this angle it was pretty darn close there. But that's why we're not on the court and they are.
Dorman's service kept alive, but it goes out.
And now the Dons finally with a couple points in a row, and I'm not going to jinx them this time, so we'll just let them play.
It just takes a couple of points to get you back in rhythm and get you some momentum. Dorman. Quick set. Ball kept alive. Another quick set and the kill as they find the open court on the far side. Another point for Amador Valley, and we have a tie game, 5-5.
And man, what a tough shot that was, the quick set. But it wasn't your standard quick set. He had to jump up near the net, get it away from the net, and away from the defenders for the kill.
Great dig, far side set. Ewart comes down with the hammer.
As soon as Amador Valley gets something going, seems like we called Jordan Ewart's name to bring that ball back to the Wolverine side.
Quick set, nowhere to go, finding the vulnerable position of the player. And gets that ball on that court for the point. Floating serve, dug up. It's going to be inside. The ball goes back to Deer Valley.
Dons are a little frustrated with that one. They thought that was out, and it ended up falling inside the lines there. And going back to that last kill that the Dons had, Anthony Clowers with the timing set there, the short set to him, and that's not easy to do, folks. That means you've been playing together for a couple of years to be able to pull that one off.
Grigley's return, and then Marcus Lee once again right in the middle hitter gets that ball down for the point. 2-point lead, 8-6. The Wolverines lead. Far side set, the kill. And I believe that's the best side for Roy Zhu. He looks a lot more comfortable on that far side of the court.
And it helps with just that last kill. They fake set it on the short side to Clowers, but it went all the way to Zhu, and he was able to hit the open court.
Ball dug up, but nowhere near any other players or inbounds.
And this is the point of that first game where Deer Valley kind of fell off, or excuse me, kind of ran away with it, and Amador Valley kind of fell off. See if Amador can kind of keep in striking distance of the second game.
Far side set, ball kept alive. Tipped over as they find that bare part of the court right in the middle. Puts it right in the, you couldn't put that ball any more perfect than that. I mean, it was right where nobody could get to it, and they get the point.
Yeah, you couldn't walk that ball under the net and place it any more perfect. and that's the second time that we've seen Derek Lacroix take care of business on that little floater.
Quick set, that stays in. That was good.
And Clowers, that's his second big kill of this game. We were looking for him after watching that warm-up and talking to the coaches. I mean, he's a tough guy to stop, and Deer Valley's kind of kept him quiet. But here in this second game, if Amador Valley can keep going to him, keep getting him successful, the Dons are going to have a chance to stick in this one and maybe get a W, get a game.
Neil Lehman checks in. The dump down ball is kept alive but knocked out of bounds there by Josh Vora.
And who again, Derek Lacroix, just noticing it takes so much awareness to be able to not only hit that ball so perfect over the net, but to take an extra second to look over and make sure none of the Dons are covering that soft spot in the middle.
Wahidi serve. Far side set and the kill. That's your Division I player right there. Ryan Jen. You talk about the angle that he took on that shot. Not only that, but how far high he got up over the net to get it straight down for the point.
Exactly, and there were two guys on the other side of that net trying to block him and couldn't take care of business.
Middle set, Lee kept alive by Amador Valley. Ball returned, and Lee returns the favor.
And on that one, Deer Valley getting another two guys to come up and block.
Derek Okwa and Marcus Lee on that front line.
On that front line, working together, and they're the big height difference, but man, when it's working, and they were not going to let Ryan Jen get another kill.
12-9, Wolverines lead game 2. They took game 1, 25-15. Far side, kept alive. Deer Valley with the kill, and once again, Ewert. Ewert is starting to look like an unsung hero. He just seems to find himself in the right spot at the right time.
And I'm going to go back to the captain, the setter, Derek Okwa, making that tough, far opposite set. That's not easy to do either, and he put it right on the money.
Dumped over by Deer Valley, near side set, the kill, and it's going to be good. Ryan Jen starting to get into a groove.
And if Amador Valley, if the Dons can keep kind of distributing between Ryan Jen, Will Dorman, and Anthony Clowers, they're going to be able to mix it up a little bit and catch this Deer Valley team on their heels. But if they keep going to the same guy every time, the Wolverines are going to be able to pick up on that and force the double block.
Jen serve, dug up, far side set, and it goes out. You talk about getting up on that one. Deer Valley's Jeff Brown, the middle hitter, only 6 feet. He's probably got about a 38-inch vertical.
I wouldn't be surprised. He was up there. And that shot down the line isn't an easy one to hit, but we saw him hitting that in warm-ups, and he's a little disappointed he didn't get that shot down on the floor.
Jen serve, kept alive, and then the return, the favor is Ewert.
There he is, Mr. Ewert.
Back the other way.
And at some point, the Wolverines are going to make a mistake, and that's when the Dons have to capitalize. But it's going to be tough if the Wolverines keep playing the way they do.
An attempt stopped there by Deer Valley, but too hot to handle was Roy Zhu's kill. As they get a point, only a 2-point deficit here for Amador Valley, so remaining in this game a lot closer than they were in their first game of play.
Yeah, and I think this is huge for them, and this is one of their opportunities. If Deer Valley's going to leave that door just open any wide at all, they're going to try to find a way to sneak through.
Dorman's serve, kept alive, blocked, sent back the other way. A great defensive play there by the Dons. And they're only down by 1. These are the kind of plays that get you back into the game that will put that momentum back on your side.
Those big defensive stands are almost more important and more invigorating than a big kill can be sometimes.
And just like that, another point here for Amador Valley. The Dons climbing back into this one, 14-14 in game 2.
And now kind of the demeanor of this Dons team, they're getting back into it. They're starting to chirp a little bit and get some energy back on the floor.
Nice serve by Dorman. Far side set. Ball is returned by Dorman, but a little too strong. Point goes back to Deer Valley.
And Dorman trying to do anything he can to get in front of that ball, but there's really no time to react a lot of times. These big guys hitting the ball right at you.
Set behind the 10-foot line and killing it down. I believe on that one for Amador Valley was Anthony Clowers.
And that was just a great call there by Coach Harper. You had Ryan Jen looking for the big hit right from the middle, and then coming from that back line, Anthony Clowers. That's the kind of misdirection that's going to help him pick up those points here and there. And now they've got an opportunity to take the lead.
Floating serve, quick set, blocked right in the middle. Anthony Clowers getting the job done once again. 16-15, the Dons have taken the lead.
There he is, Clowers again, coming up big in this second game, not only on the offensive side, but at the defensive side as well.
Quick set, the push down. Making it look easy. Deer Valley's Jeff Brown with the point.
And Jeff Brown was the one that just got blocked there by Clowers. It's almost like throwing a fastball as hard as you can at 95 miles an hour. The guy hits it out of the park. Next time you throw a little changeup and he's way out in front and strikes out.
Quick set, nice dig there by the libero Briggs. Return on the block, kept alive by Amador Valley. Behind the 10-foot line, the kill, dug up. Marcus Lee with the kill.
My goodness. Marcus Lee, it looks like that was only the second hit of that little rally there. So it was dug by the libero, and Marcus Lee, just noticing where he is on the court, turns around, little 180 kill. Don't get to call that one very often.
Not only that, but an awkward stance, an awkward position for him to be in to kill the ball, and he still got it done strong enough to be able to get somebody to miss.
Exactly.
So back-to-back service errors by both teams gives the ball back to Deer Valley. 18-17, they lead by 1.
This is Jared Stark, who was able to give the Wolverines that 4 or 5 foot cushion, as soon as I say that, in that first game. He did a really good job right in a row there to kind of extend that lead. And there instead, that's the 3rd service error in a row from these two teams. And it's going to go back to the Dons.
Broadcaster jinx right there for Stark there.
Sorry.
Thanks a lot, John Henry Winter Nolte.
I will take the hit on that one.
Middle set, and you're not going to stop that. Marcus Lee right down the pipe.
Yikes. That's just, as well as he does to get up and throw that ball down onto the court, you've got to give some kind of credit to the setter because they're putting it at a point where he's the only one on the court that can hit it.
Ball goes long. Another service error keeps Amador Valley in this game. 19-19. Division I championship title on the line here in the North Coast section. Near side set, ball is blocked, but it's going to go
I think what they're
to Amador Valley. I think it hit. I think they're saying that it hit the
antenna there.
The antenna.
On the tape. Yep.
Middle set. Lee right up against a player. I believe that was against Zoo. Zoo unable to get his hands on it. Goes off his chest, out of bounds. Back to Deer Valley it goes. 20-20.
Looked like Zoo was actually trying to get out of the way of that one because it looked like it might have been going a little long. And you can't even do that. I mean, you're trying to get to the ball and make a play, and then you're trying to get out of the way, and either way it's gonna tag you.
Game number 2, a crucial game for both teams. Far side, the kill, dug up by Ewert. They're gonna say net ball. Oh no, double hit against Deer Valley.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get Jeff Brown actually for hitting the net. He was going up for the block and came down and caught the net, unfortunately, for the Wolverines.
Deer Valley wins this game here, John Henry. They go 2 games to none. Amador Valley wins, and they got a shot. The kill and Ewert.
And that's one of the few times that the Wolverines have been down this game, and I don't think they were very happy about it, so they gave it to Ewert to bring it back to a tie. But on that point you were saying, this is a huge game, first of all, but if Deer Valley gets it, they're kind of in the driver's seat, and if Amador Valley gets it, we're right back where we started, and we're only 4 points away from deciding who's going to be able to do that. So we get a little explanation here from the near side judge.
(21-21).
And in that first game, when Amador Valley was kind of in the game, and then they were down 7 points all of a sudden, right before they went down 7 points, we kind of mentioned that if they can just kind of stick around and just be in a position to make a few key shots and win a game, that's what they want to do. They're not going to beat this Deer Valley team by 10 points.
Well, unforced errors here for Deer Valley has really kept Amador in this game.
Yep.
It was the opposite in game 1 when Amador Valley was making a lot of mistakes and giving that ball back to Deer Valley.
Right.
Dorman serve. Kept alive, far side set. Blocked and rejected back the other way. And the Dons get the point, 23-21.
And Zhu and Clowers, 7 and 14 for the Dons, teaming up together for the block on that one and taking a big 2-point advantage.
Timeout called here by Deer Valley to go ahead and talk this over with such a close game for game 2 here, 23-21. Your impressions so far as to how Amador Valley has really battled back and stayed in this game so far?
I mean, difference between the first game and the second game, they're not letting the unforced errors get the best of them. They're actually coming up and taking advantage of the Wolverines' unforced errors and taking a 2-point advantage, kind of sticking around in the early part of this game, creeping up, and then falling back a little bit, never getting to more than like a 4-point deficit. That's allowed them to stay close. And now they're in the driver's seat for this particular game, which it's tough to say, but if Deer Valley gets this game, it's going to be tough for Amador to come back. We'll just put it that way.
23-21, Amador Valley. The Dons lead. Game 2 of the Division I championship game.
I think we're all set to go here.
Dorman's jump serve. Dug up. Middle set. Set near side. Deer Valley and a hitting error on the near side. We'll give the ball back to Amador Valley. The Dons 1 point away from winning game 2 and a timeout called by the Wolverines.
I think that's a good timeout call by Coach Panzella. He knows that this game is so crucial, and if he can get his team to get 4 quick ones here, which I wouldn't be surprised they can do it. Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all of their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
24-21, game 2 of the Division I title game as Amador Valley has battled back. They were trailing, they tied, they took the lead. Now they lead by 3 here, 24-21. Dorman serve, dug up, pushed over right to the middle of the court, and a point now for Deer Valley as they cut the lead down to 2.
And who do you think that was who tapped that one over? Derek Okwa, 4th time he's done that tonight.
Ewart's jump serve, not able to return it is Amador Valley, and that'll make it a 24-23 game. Ewart's jump serve again. Goes off the fingertips, and another hitting error will send the ball back to Deer Valley, 24-24. You must win by 2 points.
Unbelievable. What a timeout called by Coach Panzella. They're going to be talking about that one.
Far side serve, the kill and the point.
Roy Zhu, the guy who gets the job done for you for the Dons. Going right to your go-to guy for the kill and the advantage here now, 25-24 to the Dons. Strap in, folks. We might be here a while.
Game set. And that's another hitting error. That'll give game 2 26-24 to the Amador Valley Dons as they take the game 2 here for the Division I title.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
2 games are in the books for the Division I Boys Volleyball Championship game here on the North Coast, live from Deer Valley High School in Antioch, California. Valentin Escañola alongside John Henry Winter Nolte as we bring you live action, exclusive action here on PlayOnSports.com. Game number 1, taken by Deer Valley by a score of 25-15. Game number 2, the Amador Valley Dons come back and win game 2, 26-24. They trailed almost the entire game, tied the game, knotted it up at 15, took the lead, and actually came up with the big victory. A close one there at the end. Nonetheless, a big win for them for game 2.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I'm pretty impressed with this Dons team. Amador Valley, they were up 24-21, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Deer Valley gets 3 quick points to tie it up. And at that point, the crowd's roaring. Deer Valley's on their feet. They know that they're going to win that game, and all of a sudden, boom, the Dons come away with it, 26-24. And I think that's a huge turning point for this game, because now instead of being down, well, it's pretty obvious, instead of being down 2-0, you've tied it up. You know you can beat these guys, and they know that you can beat them. It's just a big mental kind of game now. Who can keep that momentum going and pull out the victory?
We talk about mental games. These two teams had faced each other in a tournament earlier in the year. John Henry and Deer Valley won it pretty handily, 2-0. You talk about coming in here to the Division I title game. Deer Valley coming out strong in game 1, winning at 25-15. You figure what that does to the psyche of a player. Amador Valley, towards the end of that first game, we even talked about it here on the broadcast. We said they don't have to win this first game, but if they can get something going offensively, some kind of momentum going into game 2,
right,
they can get a big win. And they did exactly that for game 2. Came back game 2 real strong and kept their heads in the game. 26-24 win, a close win nonetheless. They have game 2. It's a 1-1 tie.
No, exactly, and it's going to be fun to watch these Wolverines, what they're going to be doing the next game here, because they're not used to losing games, to be quite honest with you. And I think this might kind of light the fire underneath them and say, hey, guys, remember, like, yeah, we won the first game, but we don't just win games, we got to earn these. And that's what wins matches and championships. So this may light a fire under them, but of course, don't count the Dons out, because they've proven they've got the key guys to take care of business.
The Dons take the floor for game 3. Momentum on their side. The number 3 seed, Amador Valley Dons, taking game 2 here for the Division I title. The Deer Valley Wolverines taking game 1, a 1-1 tie. This match is up for grabs now. The pressure on and for this game, I feel, is going to be on Deer Valley to see how they respond after that close second game.
Exactly. Get the crowd into it. Get your home court advantage working for you, and get another game under your belt.
Jump serve. Marcus Lee tries to go cross court and just hits that a little bit too far. Amador Valley coming out strong here on that first point.
And it seems like little change of strategy. Coach Harper, you could tell there were 2 guys double teaming on the block there, but they were shifted so far to the near side it forced, and you see it there again, they're forcing Marcus Lee to go across court and giving him that little short court to work with instead of the whole court, just kind of cutting down that angle. Of course there, he capitalized because he's a pretty darn good player.
He capitalizes on that short side of the floor with his height and his elevation. Makes it a lot easier to get that ball down on that floor, as a service error here by Deer Valley will give the ball back to the Dons.
As Jacob Evans, he wants that one back. He subbed in for Marcus Lee, and you can tell the guys on the bench, they're kind of laughing about it, because that's not his game. He does not do that very often.
Floating serve, far side set. Ewert bringing down the hammer again. And Ewert is pumped.
And it's so fun to watch him with his hits, especially when he turns them into kills, because every time he gets a little bit more animated, it seems like, and a little more confident.
Ewert rolls to the far side. Near side set, blocked, kept alive. But they're going to say an under.
Yeah,
I think a player stepped over the line.
Right. As as Ryan Jen was kind of diving for that ball. Pretty athletic, impressive play, but his one leg swung under and over that green line.
And a service ace there once again. Deer Valley's Derek Aqua.
And he's that kind of player he's not going to get a ton of kills every game, but he's going to make your team so much better because he can do so many different things.
Derek Aqua, a good server for Deer Valley, and a double hit called on Deer Valley will give the point to the Dons.
And these little unforced errors are exactly what's keeping Amador Valley in this game. Haven't really had much to go on here, but it's still only 4-3, and that ain't bad, you know?
Amador Valley trails by 1. Ryan Jen, jump serve. Hard to handle as it goes out of bounds.
And Jen, we've seen him with that serve so many times. It's so dangerous, but for some reason, Deer Valley is able to get control of it. That one finally finding the floor. First ace for Amador Valley.
A lot of topspin on his serve. There's another one, and it goes out of bounds. Missed it by about a foot. Five, 5-4. Wolverines lead. Dorman checks in to the game for the Dons. Ewart serve. Knuckled, quick serve, kept alive by Deer Valley. Rejected and returned there by Dorman.
And Dorman doing a good job. He was the one that was set up for the hit previous to the ball coming back to their side. He didn't quite get all on the hit, but was able to come back on the defensive side and get the point for his team.
Dorman's jump serve is good. Far side set, pushed over, blocked. But they're going to give it to Amador Valley.
Yeah, it's on that far side there. We couldn't quite see where it landed, but again, a double block set up for the Dons and nothing going for the Wolverines. Couldn't get around it or over it.
That was a tough set. A little bit of a long set on that one.
Right.
Far side set again. Kept alive. The Dons, near side set. Still alive. Pushed to the far side.
Brilliant.
Beautiful kill there by Bejan Wahidi.
And on that near side, on the double block there, I believe it was Jared Stark who got a piece of it and then was able to pop it back up. A great first pass after the block, setting up on that far side for the kill.
Set behind the 10-foot line. Kept alive by the Wolverines. Once again, behind the 10-foot line and kept alive. Need to return it. 4 hits. The Dons get the point.
And Bezan, he's getting an earful right now from Coach Penzella. Penzella would like to see that one just go over with an easy bump instead of the overhand hit.
And Irizarry takes over the service duties near side set, and the kill is going to be good. Jared Stark.
And last time that Mr. Stark was on this side of the court, it was when he was in that spot that started that 4-point rally that kind of carried the Wolverines over to that first game victory, getting it going again.
Jared Stark was a spark last time.
Yeah.
As they're going to call a double hit on the near side.
Hey, a spark is a spark, right?
Stark is a spark here for
is the spark. Here we go.
Deer Valley Wolverines. Knuckle serve. Quick set and a miss hit there on the near side. Middle hitter, Anthony Clowers.
And that's pretty
completely misses the ball on that one.
Right. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. It's a little focus error, but either way, Starks is still serving into the net.
Service into the net, service there. Ball back to Amador Valley. Marcus Lee into the game, and you're not going to stop that one. That is tough to dig.
Yikes. I mean, tough to dig, tough to block.
Tough to see. Easy to hear.
Yes. Yeah, you can hear when
That's all you're going to hear.
Yeah, you don't know where the ball's going, but you know when he hits it, that's for sure.
Quick set and the kill. Anthony Clowers.
And Clowers now finally getting going, but again, we're 19 points into this third game, and I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, anybody out there, but I think that's his first kill of this third game, and he's someone that was so vital in that second game as an offensive and defensive prowess that you don't want him to start getting warm 20 points into the game.
Using Marcus Lee as a decoy, the ball gets set to the far side, and Ewert lays it down.
And that's got to be so fun as you're Jordan Ewert or Marcus Lee, because either one of you is such a threat at all times, and even if the defense is going to double team one of you, it's like, all right, that's fine. We'll just pass it to the other guy, no problem.
Floating serve. Middle set, and Jen unable to get his hand on it. Sends it flying a little deep, a little long.
And I think Jen would like to see that one a little further away from the net, not so deep.
Ball dug up. And then once again, Jen trying to get the ball down, gets it a little too far left. And another point here for Deer Valley. So this is where Amador Valley needs to get their screws tightened up, because you can't let it fall apart, as there's a block right in the middle of the court. And I believe on that block it was Theo Grigley.
And he's been such a force defensively, a little quiet on offense, but in the right place at the right time, and really making himself big on those blocks.
Dumped down. And dumped back the other way with a point. The Wolverines, and a timeout called by Amador Valley. 15-9, game 3 here, the Division I championship game for boys volleyball in the North Coast section, on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/playonnetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
All tied up here, 1-1 for the Division I championship game of the North Coast section here, boys volleyball. Game number 3 underway here. 15-9, Deer Valley on a 6-point run, and this is where, if you are the Dons, you have to put a stop to this offensive run that the Wolverines have put together.
Right, and it's not only that high-powered offense through Lee and Ewert, but it's the defense as well, throwing up some huge blocks and really forcing the Dons to make perfect plays.
Ball returned, kept alive. Near side set, ball is blocked, but right down past Ryan Jen. And the point once again, Deer Valley. Deer Valley's feeling it. You see how potent their offense is once they get rolling offensively. Dump down.
You're exactly right there. When they're all working together, I mean, there's so many weapons out on the floor at any one time that it's almost like it could go anywhere, and you're going to get a point. That's how good this team is. And then you add the mental game of Derek O'Quah able to either hit it cross court as hard as he can, or throw the little changeup in there, the wiggler, and hit it right down the line just with the little dump that is just unforeseeable by the other team.
16-10. Far side, the block, but Ewert's too powerful, too strong on that far side.
And when Ewert is on, I mean, it's pretty tough to stop this Wolverines team, and he's on right now.
Nice dig. Ball kept alive, returned. Briggs keeps it alive, sent back by Deer Valley. The Dons need to get it across. They do. Behind the 10-foot line, getting it over, keeping it alive. Got to get it across, and they do. A big run here. The kill, and it goes out of bounds on the dig.
And by far the best rally of the match between the Dons and Wolverines. A lot of pretty crafty plays there. Very creative, not your typical bump set spike. However, fantastic job of athleticism by both teams here.
Bartel attempting to dig that.
Little conversation here, the two captains and the head judge on the near side. A little bit of conversation going on. Coach Harper had a question, so he sent his captain over. And whatever was discussed has been figured out.
Big serve there. The kill. Dug up. Sent over by Deer Valley. Far side, a dump down pushed over. Near side, Briggs keeps it alive. Ewert with the kill on the far side again. And once again, he hits Ewert's spot right there. He's been hot from that far side of the court. Man,
that is his corner, and he will not let anybody take it from him. Another solid rally as the teams are starting to, there's not been a lot of unforced errors thus far. Everybody bringing their A game.
Quick set. And it's going to be a point for Amador Valley.
And I don't want to say too little too late just yet, but they're trailing by 8. It's 19-11. And if they can chip away here, Amador Valley, again, maybe kind of get some momentum going for the next game. If you're Coach Harper, you just don't want to let the Wolverines run away with this.
Quick set and the kill. And there's Ewert. And Ewert is pumped.
Yikes. And it's just tough to stop that kind of power coming over the net.
Ewert's getting it done on all sides of the court. Far side, block, kept alive. Near side set. The kill on the block. Push over. Briggs. Ewert behind the 10-foot line. Nice rally here going on by both teams. Deer Valley's. The kill from the behind the 10-foot line. It's Derek Aqua with the kill.
Man, anytime that Qua touches that ball and he's got an opportunity to put it over, he takes advantage of his opportunities and puts it on the ground.
Near side. Ewert keeps it alive. Far side. Ball is blocked, sent back. Nice job there by Bejan Wahidi. The ball touches the floor. It's a point for the Dons. 21-12, Deer Valley leads.
First action that number 10, Rory Luck, is going to see here for the Dons.
Dorman serve, nice serve, kept alive by Briggs. And then the kill on the far side. Actually, they're going to say net ball. They're going to give it to Amador Valley.
It did look like Wahidi caught just a
little bit of the net.
Tiniest bit of the net, but it's strung so tightly up there. When it moves, it means somebody touched it.
Another nice serve by Dorman. Pushed over, kept alive. Bump set, and the kill on the near side. And that's Roy Zhu.
Roy Zhu getting into the action here in this third game. Another name that we haven't called much in this third game, and that might be kind of the difference here. Zhu and Clowers, I mean, they've got to get involved because they're two of the best players on this Dons team.
Nice serve by Dorman. Near side set, the kill, and you're not going to stop that. Plenty of court, plenty of spaced out court, I should say, if that's a word. or a phrase, I should say.
We'll go with it. We'll allow it.
Plenty of space on that court, and putting it down, Jared Stark. Grigley serve, the quick set. The return by Grigley, but a little too long.
And that's Clowers now getting involved, and they cut the lead to 7. But the Dons really got to tighten it up here and got to keep the Wolverines on their heels. As soon as the Wolverines get any kind of momentum or rhythm, then they are tough to stop.
Lee trying to dump it down, gets blocked, sent near side. Another block there by Zhu, but it's going to be side out.
And Coach Harper got a question about, looked like the near side judge on the right here called one thing, and the main judge called something else, a little overrule. Maybe saw something that he didn't. And they're going to hold with that call. It was blocked out of bounds, and it's going to be point for the Wolverines.
Nice job of the officials talking that one over. Saying, did you see anything maybe that I missed? He says no.
Yep, exactly.
Point Deer Valley. Miss hit. Kept alive. Need to send it over, and they do. Bumped over. Set for Marcus Lee. And he dumps it down and gets the point for Deer Valley. 24-15, game set once again for the Wolverines. Game 3.
And when the Dons put that free ball over the net like that, you got to brace yourselves because you know it's coming back pretty hard.
Looking to take a 2-1 lead here in this Division I title match. Blocked, kept alive. The kill, set far side, double hit by Marcus Lee on the set.
You know, I'm not that good at math, but when you watch Roy Zhu hit that ball, it doesn't look like he's higher than the net, and I don't understand how he's hitting it so hard and getting it to fall inside the court. It's unbelievable.
A lot of top spin on that shot. Bump set. Sent back behind the 10-foot line. Marcus Lee's kill. That's going to give him the point. Game point here. And they get it. 25-16 as they win game 3.
And that's a big game here for Deer Valley as they're able to take that third game, give them the lead.
3 games in the books. Deer Valley leads 2-1 here on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Play On Sports will have live coverage of the North Coast section boys and girls swimming finals tomorrow, Saturday, May 18th, starting at 11:30 a.m. We will also have live coverage of the D3 Boys Volleyball Championship tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Don't forget to check the Play On Sports broadcast schedule page for information on all of our upcoming broadcasts from around the North Coast section and beyond. The spring championships are here, only on playonsports.com.
Three games in the books, 2-1. Deer Valley leads here in this Division I match for the Division I title. North Coast section title, Valentina Escañuela alongside John Henry Winter Nolte, bringing you live coverage here from Antioch, California, on the campus of Deer Valley High School. Deer Valley, the number 1 seeded team in this bracket. The home team has home court advantage as they take on the number 3 seeded Amador Valley Dons. And we talk about momentum, we talk about games, or the psyche of the game and so on and so forth. Amador Valley comes out big in game 2, gets a big win against a tough Deer Valley squad. Deer Valley comes right back in game number 3 and takes control again, winning it handily, 25-16. They won game 1, 25-15. What does that do to Amador Valley Dons in this game 4?
I mean, it seems so far like the big difference between that second game and the first and third was simply, I mean, Deer Valley didn't make mistakes in the second and third game. They didn't make enough mistakes to keep the door open for the Dons. Amador Valley was able to stick around that second game because the Wolverines really were just a little bit maybe on cruise control too much. Just kind of, we won that first game pretty handily. We're just going to go home victors. But we forgot about this second game. Got to win it. So now this third game comes around, and we kind of talked about it. We said, how are these Wolverines going to respond to getting beat at home by a team that they just beat by 10 points in the first game? And boom, there you go. That's how they respond. They come out, they play like a 39-1 team, and that's what that looks like.
Now you look at the game 1 for Deer Valley. Amador Valley made a lot of mistakes. Game 3, Amador Valley played a decent game.
You're right.
The better team was just Deer Valley. They had a lot more better offensive sets. They worked the entire court. They worked different parts of the court, and they really exposed the weakness of Amador Valley's defensive sets. Finding the really easy points, finding open shots of the court. What does Amador Valley do to go ahead and fix that?
Well, Amador Valley, they weren't able to focus on one star of Deer Valley and stop them. They couldn't really stop anybody, it seemed like, because Deer Valley's got so many different places to attack from, whether it's the outside, the middle, or even behind that 10-foot line. So what they've got to do is kind of put the Wolverines on their heels, and they can do that by kind of spreading the ball out. Ryan Jen, Roy Zhu, and Anthony Clowers, who all had phenomenal second games. They were the best players on the court. First and third games, they were just a little missing. So it seems like they've got to be more aggressive, maybe take some more chances, and put this Wolverines team a little bit more on the defense.
Now we look at Deer Valley's team, and we have guys like Marcus Lee working that middle part of the court, that front court. With Marcus Lee, Jordan Ewert is a dangerous set. Not only that, but then you add Derek Okwa. And that's a tough group to try to defend against in that front court.
Right. That's something that hopefully Coach Aaron Harper has an answer for, because I don't have one for you. I don't know how to stop those three guys. It's like stopping the best team in basketball. I don't know how to do it.
A quick set to the far side, the kill, and it goes out of bounds, and Amador Valley with a quick hot start.
Now I think if you're Amador, if you're able again to kind of keep not the momentum, but the mindset that let's just get to about that 20-point mark and stick with them, and then get those few big points at the end. Shots like that are going to happen. I mean, you physically can't stop that every time. So you know those shots are going to happen, but at the same time, you can make those shots too. So just trade points with them, get to that 20, 22 points, and then go from there.
Every single time that Marcus Lee gets into the game and he gets those perfect sets, it's almost impossible to put a stop to them. Near side set and the kill, and Jen getting that one down inside the court. So Amador Valley not planning to go anywhere here, trying to get a rally of their own. Deer Valley putting a rally together, running their offense, running their sets the way they're supposed to, and winning a big 6, 7, 8-point run in that third game of this match.
Yeah, and I'm gonna actually blame you on that one there for the miss hits. I mean, they were doing so well, get a couple points out of the gate, and then Amador Valley punches one right into the net.
The famous broadcaster's jinx for you guys, folks. As that ball kept alive, stays on the court, and he gets the point.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable point there by Briggs.
And I think we might have had the best seat in the house to see that. The ball hit the net 2 or 3 times, rolls across, falls within the confines of the court with a point for Deer Valley. You don't see that one very much, folks.
The kill and the block, but it goes out. Point for Amador Valley. If you didn't think that everything was going right for Deer Valley, that's a perfect example of how the ball is bouncing in your favor.
Right, exactly. And sometimes it just is. And if you're Amador Valley, you got to move on, say, hey, whatever, can't do much about that.
The quick set, the kill, and the point. Wolverines.
And that's Theo Grigley who's been so solid in that center.
Near side set, kept alive. Bump set, far side. Quan behind the 10-foot line. Kept alive. Nice rally here by both teams. Far side, returned. Pushed over, out of bounds. It's going to be point for Amador Valley.
And a great job, like you said, by both teams, just keeping that rally going. But if you're going to do that in your Amador Valley, you've got to be able to be on the attack. You've got to get some big hits in there from your big guys on that front line.
Near side set, Deer Valley sends it over, kept alive by the Dons. Diving save. Sent across, quick set, miss hit, but the dump down. You can call it a dump down, you can call it a miss hit, but he gives you a point.
And a point is a point, especially in the championship match, especially when it gives you the 5-4 lead.
It wasn't pretty, but you know what? Anthony Clowers is laughing about it. A little long on that service error. Tie game, 5-5 here for Deer Valley. Grigley sends it long. So back-to-back service errors. Let's go ahead and trade spots. Neither team wants the ball. So let's see if...
I'm going to have to disagree with you on that one there, Valente.
Neither team wants the ball. They're going to go ahead and give it back to
Yikes.
Amador Valley. But you know what? With hits like that, you can get it right back.
Wow. What was his name again?
His name is Starks. Starks with the spark. He provided a huge rally for them in that game number 1. That ball goes out, trying to keep it alive is Jen. It almost seems like whenever Starks takes over the service duties, something just happens to go right their way.
And it's not always like it's an amazing serve. It just happens to go their way, like you said. Like that.
Ball hits the net, gets over. Far side set, and the kill will be Jen.
And I think Ryan Jen might have heard us talking. He goes, hey, wait a second. Here's something to talk about. Stop talking about the something we can't explain. Here's a nice hit for you right at the top of the net that's going to get the ball back in our court.
Jen taking the great angle on that one, gets the point for the Dons. Jump serve. Marcus Lee keeping it alive, a little bit too far of a bump set. Backside set, hits the net on the hitting error. Ball right back to Deer Valley.
Yeah, Roy Zhu, you don't see that a whole lot, the miss hit, but it's going to happen. Can't be perfect. He's had so many kills tonight.
Here's a guy that can serve. Wahidi sends it over. Knuckle serve. Far side, Jen with the kill.
And if Jen can stay that hot and get a couple kills here and there, and then you throw in the mix Anthony Clowers, that's the kind of team that you need out there to win a game.
Floating serve. Dumped down by Marcus Lee. And the point goes to the Wolverines. The Wolverines lead this one. Game 3. Took game 3 and game 1. Lead it 2-1 against Amador Valley. Quick set. Miscommunication. Double hit called on Deer Valley.
And I think if you're Coach Aaron Harper, you are extremely happy. If you've got this game at 9-9, he'd like to see it at about 22-22. Get to the later part of the game and then battle it out from there.
Near side set, kept alive by the Dons. Bumped over. dump down, and the diving save goes a little bit too far under as Ryan Jin dives, but no luck on that one. Here's another guy that can serve here for Deer Valley, Derek Okwa. A beautiful serve and a dump down.
Wow. And that's what that serve does. Even though it wasn't an ace per se, it really put Amador Valley on their heels and gave them almost a free point on that tough serve.
Another beautiful serve here by Kwa. Kept alive. The Wolverines near side set. Ewert. Ball still up for grabs, and another point here for the Wolverines.
And in all my games that I've ever broadcasted, I've never been able to say that it looks like one team has just given up. I mean, everybody's laying out for every single ball like it's the championship point.
Ball dumped down. Briggs keeping alive. Behind the 10-foot line, the kill. And a little bit long. Point will go to the Dons.
Don's trying to keep this one close.
Two-point game.
Yep.
Jump serve. Dug up. Far side. Ewert's powerful hammer coming down and laying it down. That's a guy that has so much strength in his shot. If he gets a good hand on it, it's almost impossible to even see the ball coming.
Yeah, and even right there, deflected off of two different Don's players, and there's just nowhere to go because you like you said, you see it before you, you hear it before you actually see it.
Ball deflected. It'll be Don's ball on that one. (13-11), Deer Valley still leads. Checking in for Amador Valley, and Irizarry. Floating serve. Near side. The kill, the deflection, and the point goes to the Wolverines.
And it seems to be the point in each game where Deer Valley really puts the pressure on you and makes you make perfect plays, and if you don't, they're going to put this 3-point lead and turn it very quickly into a 7 or 8-point lead.
Block needs to get over, and it stays on their side of the court.
DC Briggs bringing the heat from behind the line, serving. Just Amador Valley not quite sure what to do with that serve.
The libero with the serve. Dumped down. Kept alive. Far side set. The kill, deflection, and it goes out of bounds. The Dons get the point.
That's Roy Zhu doing what he does best. Deflecting it off the outstretched arms and out of bounds.
3-point lead here for Deer Valley. The Dons just need a couple of good plays to get back into this one. Deflection and the point for the Wolverines.
And Marcus Lee just showing some nice poise, real smart play right there. He could have wound up and hit it like he usually does, but instead kind of meant to just hit it right at the defender's hands, and he knew it was going to bounce right out of bounds. Real smart play, good volleyball play by Lee.
Another dump down, and Lee making it look easy. At 6'10", it's tough to try to get hands up in front of him on those dump downs. 17-12. Quick set and a hitting error.
And I think Clowers was looking for that one a little higher set because he was up there and he had to kind of pull his arm back. Couldn't quite get it over.
Timeout called by Amador Valley. 18-12. Game 4 here of Division I championship game from the North Coast section on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
Do you want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all of their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
18-12. Deer Valley in control. The Wolverines come into this match 39-1, only one loss on their season. Looking to pick up a Division I title here tonight. But Amador Valley, the Dons, winning game 2, are not going down quietly. With the 6-point lead, the Dons need something defensively here, John Henry. They need something offensively. They got to get a little run going if they want to climb back into this one.
They've got to take the momentum away from the Wolverines, and that's one way to do it right there. Force them, make a play, and couldn't quite get it over the net on the serve. Going back to the left side of the court, and the Dons now, this is just what you said, you know, can they start chipping away here? That's a 5-point game.
They need a little rally. Blake Barkdale, jump serve. Near side, kept alive. Dump down. Far side set. Jen gets the kill.
And there's Jen now coming up big when it counts, bringing his team to within 4. And as much as the middle part of each of these games, the first and third game has gone to the Wolverines, the Dons are trying to chip away.
Floating serve. Middle set, and there's your big man, Marcus Lee, with the kill.
A lot of the times when you get these guys up to double block against someone, there's not a possibility of just getting straight hit over. You know, the other guy's going to jump higher. He's got longer arms and hit it over you. And that's what Marcus Lee does out here. I mean, he makes it impossible to block.
A service ace there by Bejan Wahidi makes it a 20-14 game. Near side set, blocked, kept alive, sent back the other way.
Watch out.
Near side, and it's going to be in on that Jordan Ewert kill. You talk about being precise on that one.
That's not an easy shot to hit. He had to reach for it a little bit, and that's why it went, kind of floated on him, but I think he took a little bit of power off of it and was able to drop it down on that back line.
Dumped down, kept alive, sent over by Deer Valley, getting the crowd in it. Double hit by the Dons. Point goes to the Wolverines.
Brilliant hustle there, and as much you can say the Dons kind of made a little mental mistake there with the double hit. I think that's set up by the previous hustle play. 3 of the Wolverines players laying out to get that ball over the net.
Jen's kill.
Net
Somebody
violation.
hit the net. Deer Valley runs into the net a bit. 22-15, 7-point deficit here for the Dons. They need something defensively and offensively. And you are not going to stop that. Ewert on the near side. This guy has been the story of the night.
Unstoppable, fun to watch, excited to be out there. I mean, this guy is a contender. He's leaving it all out there, and he's having a blast while he's doing it.
There's Ewert's kill. Another double hit.
Another big hit by Ewert, even though he didn't get the kill. Big hit, and that's just something that you can hear it now. This Wolverines crowd is getting loud. They can kind of see what's about to happen in this gym.
Match point with the serve. Evans, floating serve. Near side, block, and the point!
And how fitting is that? Jordan Ewert and Theo Grigley, who we've mentioned so many times being so solid on defense with the big blocks, just putting themselves up, forming a wall, and taking the victory here at Deer Valley High School. Wolverines.
The number 1 Deer Valley Wolverines, the number 1 seed in the bracket, just claimed the Division I North Coast section title here on playonsports.com, folks. That will wrap it up as we'll come back with our post-game show, and we'll try to have a live interview with that player as we'll pick our player of the game. Stay tuned for the post-game show here on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. Final score, the Deer Valley Wolverines defeat the Amador Valley Dons by a score of 3-1. We'll be back in just a few here with our post-game show wrap-up. You have been listening to exclusive coverage of Division I Championship Volleyball here on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
one match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're going to try to dictate to you what you're going to do on both offense and defense. We're going to come at you.
One shot at this.
And now it's time to put the hats on and go get some work done.
They're all going to look to make a statement early.